What's up, guys? It's your boy Diplomat, and today we're going to be talking about the 1976 Ironhead Sportster that I purchased about a year ago, and really haven't touched it since. But let's get on with the show. I haven't really washed the bike. I mean, I need to check the oil. Let's check it together. I haven't really. Ooh, we're gonna have to pour some oil in there before we get it running. There's a little bit in there, but definitely gonna have to pour some in there before we get it running. I bought this bike a week after. I'm sorry, I bought the battery a week after I bought this bike, and a year and 2 months later, haven't done anything with it. I'm not sure if it'll keep a charge, not sure if it'll get the bike running. I have no clue, so we'll figure that out as we go. So I bought this bike on January 13th, 2023, and the person I bought it off of the original owner. I think the person who actually bought the bike from the dealership. And which I find pretty cool is, I don't want to put out into information out there, but these are the original photos of the person who bought this bike, which I think is pretty freaking cool. And I'm the third owner. This is the original purchaser. All right, so I don't have the actual information to when it was purchased, but I do have tons and tons of receipts from where it was done at. Everything was done in St. Paul, Harley Davidson. Look at this one, dated for 4/24/98. So the person who sold this bike to me still had all the information from this owner, from all the receipts as to when it was done, which is amazing. Now, if you can see here, the receipt that I'm showing you is from South Dakota. It has been in Minnesota, Florida, quite a few states here, looking at all the receipts, and it's actually pretty cool. It being a 48-year-old bike, we want to make sure that when we get it running for a lot longer, and hopefully the bike can last another 20-something years or 40-something years. Anyway, let's get back on with this. Yeah, so I'm no longer the owner of the bike. When I first purchased it, I had plans to do a lot of things to it, and well, let me show you what happened. On this day, I've received the worst news possible. I almost lost my best friend in a motorcycle accident. I didn't post any videos. I didn't ride my bikes. I didn't clean my bikes. I didn't care to talk to anyone. I didn't post on social media. I lost a lot of subscribers because they thought I wasn't posting any more videos, or I just didn't care anymore. And in fact, I didn't care anymore, but she fought through it all. And at the end, well, this is her story.
I wanted to make something that kind of tells what happened to me and what I've been through. For those that don't know, I know that there are some that know some, and some that have been with me from the very beginning. So I was on my motorcycle and thrown about 60 feet from where I was hit. From there, I was rushed to the hospital, and some of this might be hard for me to get through, so just kind of bear with me. But I was rushed to the hospital, and within a few hours, I became a above-the-knee amputee. I was in there for about 2 months. I was in a coma, had back surgery. I coded twice, kind of you name it. I went through it, and I say through it because here I am talking to you about it and living to do that. I wanted to make this on a couple reasons. One is to have an acceptance of the situation and what's happened, which has been very difficult. It's also to thank those that have been with me in so many different capacities, from listening to me, from pulling me out of some really dark times, and I couldn't have done it without those people and without the help of my family this far. But I say that and I make this as a commitment that I am going to keep going.
What our job now is to do is to fix this bike up, get it running amazing, get all the seat height and suspension adjusted for her correctly, and just get her back on the road. It's going to take some time for her, and I'll help her throughout the whole process, but it's definitely a long way coming, and now finally we can get working on it so that we can get her practicing and get her on her way back to riding again. I know she really wants to ride, and I don't blame her at all, so let's get working on this bad boy. We're gonna put on the ignition, change the plugs out, see if we got some kind of battery. If we don't, we'll probably have to save this till the next time, but see if we can at least get it running on this video, and then we'll wash it up or something like that. I'm not sure. Just a quick video to see if we can get it running, make sure that the fuel is getting into the car, but actually we could test it right now. That fuel's coming out, so that means that it's that's good. I just got to make sure it's coming out of the carb. So we'll pop the filter off, make sure we got, you know, a little squirtage in there, and we're probably gonna have to figure out something with controls too, because this is a little far forward and we want to kind of get something over here in the mid control area. But she does have plans for it. I think she's talking about a paint job. We'll get the frame cleaned back up. I think she's doing for Springer front end, so we'll get that fixed up. But yeah, let's get this bike running. Let's try to get it running today and see if we can accomplish that at least. All right, I put the bike back in the carport because that sun is killing me. So let's see if we got any volt going at the battery, the battery. See if we got any. See if we got something. Oh, that's not good. That is not good. Oh, that is not good. This battery is probably cooked, but I have some sort of faith. First of all, let's see where the levels for the fluid is, which is probably extremely low, and go from there. It's hard to see, but if you can actually get a good image of that, the level is kind of like right there, which they need to be up just about a little bit higher. Let's get it charged up and see maybe if it does anything. Let's cross our fingers and I guess hope. It's flashing green, and if you read, flashing green, battery charged greater than 80% charged. See that there? So, I mean, shit. Let's leave this on here for a little bit. Oh, hold on, it just turned. Hold up. It just turned solid red. Solid red means battery charging. Well, it's charging. So let's get the ignition on. See if we got some fuel going into the carburetor. And then in the meantime, we'll let this charge. And then once we let this charge for a little bit, we'll see if we can fire her up. The only thing I'm concerned about is I have no starter button. So we got to figure out a button for the starter. All right, so as you can see here on the switch, very hard to see, but on the switch you got B, G, or sorry, B, I, G, and L. Okay, so B, I, G, L is printed on the actual switch on the back. If you look at the diagram, you can see that yellow goes to LT, white goes to IG, and green goes to B. See that? So you have your green, you have your white, which white is here, and then the other one is red. Now there is a difference in color. The yellow one on the diagram is not showing on here, but I'm assuming that the yellow is for a horn, because just by looking at this plug, it looks like a horn kind of plug. So I'm just going to take a gamble on that, but I'm pretty sure we can hook these up to this, and we'll have some kind of ignition or something. Maybe the headlight will go on if I even got one in there. I'm not sure, or we'll get something. We'll see. And as I was putting the wires in the ignition, I noticed that there was a piece of electrical tape wrapped around all 3 wires. So I just wanted to peel that off just to make sure that the color of the wires didn't change, because if I put those on the switch incorrectly, it can cause a lot of issues. And in the meantime, we were just making sure that the battery was charging. I decided to take the battery off of the charger and install it onto the bike. $11.5. Now on the Ironheads, when you turn the key, the oil pressure light comes on, and that's what I used to kind of identify to see if I had power. Ah, that's what we want. Hell yeah. That's what we want right there. So we have the battery on, ignition on. We got a little indicator showing that it's got some kind of power. Now we just got to see if the carburetor is getting some fuel, and connect the start switch to it and see if it'll start up. Connect the fuel. There we go. It looks a little cracked, so let's turn that on. And after a few attempts of just pulling at that throttle cable to see if I could get any kind of fuel, I had no luck, so I had no choice but to pull the bowl down and see what was going on. So the way it works is, once the bowl is up, or once the bowl fills up, you have your throttle here, which moves this little arm. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but this little arm, it pushes down here, which when that pushes down in, it squirts the fuel out of here. So we need to get up in there and clean that up, make sure everything is good down here, and hopefully we can get some fuel going into the carb. But right now I see any going in. Let me go clean this up, be right back. All right guys, now normally you would clean it up with like compressed air, maybe a little solvent or something like that. Get in there, clean it up as best as you can, but I don't have any compressed air, so I just got in there with something, just kind of got in there, cleaned it up. Here's a little trick I can show you if you don't have the proper tools, right? You take a little bit of water, you put it in this hole here like this. Okay? As you can see, the fuel's coming out of there, right? But if you put your finger here and you push down, actually, let me add more water. Push your finger in here and you push down. See that squirt out of the, it's going to squirt out of here. Watch it again. Watch. See that? Now you know that that's clear, cleaned up. Fuel's gonna go into the carb, and then you're good to rock. Now if I turn this on, you should see the fuel fall down, which it is, very quickly. So that's working. Make sure you clean this, all the holes, which I did already off camera. Make sure there's all these little ports. Make sure those are cleaned up as well. And then put this back on. Just like that. This goes through the center. And we'll snug it up. Try not to go crazy tight. Get the fuel on. I'm pretty sure the fuel's already filling that bowl up, or at least I'm hoping. You should see some fuel come out of there. And after a few tries, attempt 1, and attempt 2, and then on my 3rd attempt, I was about ready to take it all apart. And then, there you go. You see it now? Yeah, it's coming out now. There we go. That's what we want. Not coming out the greatest, but it's coming out. There we go. That's what we want. See that? Finally, after trying it for so long, it ended up working perfectly, and I was able to try and attempt to get the bike started. All right, I was able to find the original housing that has all the buttons that are needed. So I ended up doing this off camera because I don't like explaining wiring, because wiring is a pain in the ass. And it's just very time consuming to explain what wires do what. I'm not going to go into that. You want to learn wiring, grab yourself a diagram, read it, learn it, and you know what you're doing. But for me, for right now, I connected the original housing back. Let's see if we got anything. I haven't even tested it out. So we turn on our switch here. Let me get that here. Yeah. All right, we turned it on. Did we turn it on? There we go, now it's on. Lights on. Come over here, run. And nothing. Nothing. All right, let's see. Let's test this out. See if we got power still. 8.6. Let's try one more thing out. We got 8.6 there, 8.8. Switch is on. Let's see what happens when I push the start button. Oh, it dropped. So our battery is shot because I'm hitting the start button now. Watch when I hit the start button. Push, bolts go down. The battery is definitely shot. All right, so I tried everything in my power to get this bike started today. I'm at like 12.2 volts. When I hit the switch, I get nothing. I'm not sure what's going on, so today has failed me. But tomorrow's a new day, for sure. All right, let's see if we can get this bad boy started. Couldn't get it started yesterday, and I just kind of called it a night because it was getting late and I was hungry, etc., etc. But I haven't really did anything. Let's see what the volts are at really quick. Hey, look at that. I even left it on here. Wow. Just to show you how tired I was. 12.8. Huh? Okay. All right. All right, let's turn this bad boy here. All right, we got light here. See if we got anything. Nothing. You know what that sounds like? Actually, hold on. That sounds like the plunger for the starter isn't coming all the way out. It sounds like it's getting stuck. Let's see if we can pop that loose real quick. See if we can. Normally you get a plunger on the starter that pops out and turns the motor over, but it sounds like it's getting stuck. So let's see if we can tap it with something. Yeah, I think the battery's shot, though. Ah, damn, so close. I think we're gonna have to grab a new battery, fellas and ladies. I think we're gonna have to grab a new battery. I mean, it's been a year and 2 months since I even touched this battery, so let's go do that. All right, after looking at a couple places, nobody seems to have the battery. I'll have to look further into it, but let's try 1 or 2 more times and see if we got anything. I let it sit here for maybe like an hour or two, so we'll see. Let's try something. Fuck it, I don't care. I felt defeated. I cleaned the carburetor out. I tried to charge the battery as much as I can. I got the ignition switch on. I got the start button on. I called the local 5 auto parts store and they didn't have the battery until I had the stupidest idea to take the battery from the Vikla and put it into the Sportster. No fucking way. All we need is a battery, baby. Okay, so it did sump a little, so it's coming back up, which is good. All right, we're good. I turned it off for that reason, to make sure we got the Earl in there. I turned it off for that, bro. Right off the Cholo, it started right up. Let's do it again. Damn, I ain't touch it in a year. Oh, I love the sound of old motorcycles. Or motorcycles in general. It don't matter which one it is. Just the sound of them just brings that smile to my face. But obviously, as you can see, we started it up. It is running. There's a couple things that we need to actually get situated. For one, the sumping. Actually, that's not too bad. It's probably just something. It's probably just coming out the back end or some shit like that. That's not a problem. Now we got to figure out. We know the carburetor's doing what it got to. Obviously, it sounds really great. I'm very, very surprised only with a few little things that I did to it. It actually fired up amazingly. We do need to get kind of a little rebuild kit going on here and figure out all the control housings and things like that. But it started. It started, y'all. Look, with my whole situation right here. Look, like there's no need to be scared, y'all. It's okay. I got this. I've been doing this for a long time. Look, bam. Bam. All right, let's see. Oh my God. That is just beautiful. I mean, that's all I got. I really only wanted to see if it started, to see if we can get her started, to see if we can get her running, to make sure everything's good. And we did. I mean, besides that, on a 76, sometimes you'll get that. But, oh man, this makes me really happy. Got to get a new battery. Maybe I can refill this with acid and charge it, but I doubt it. I'll try that, but until in the meantime and in between time, we'll get another battery. This one I popped out the Cholo, as you guys saw. I just randomly did it. I said, I don't care. I'm just going to pull it off of that and put it on here. And we got everything rigged up all crazy. We'll get the plug situated. We'll get the switch situated, the headlight situated. All this will be situated. But I'm so glad it fired up. And for sitting a year and 2 months, bro, I'm excited. So what we're going to do now is clean all this up, get this video edited and get it out to you guys. And then we got some surprises that we got going on to this bike right now. So check out Wednesday's video on this one. A couple updates, couple parts that we got for it. And then we'll get back onto the Ironhead. There's about 76% of you guys aren't subbed to this video. Or who aren't subbed to my channel, I mean. Make sure you hit that sub button, bro. If y'all like my content and y'all enjoy my content with little tips and tricks and things like that I do, make sure you hit that sub button. And if you like the video, make sure you like the video. Y'all be safe. God bless. I'll talk to you on the next one.